feet down. 3 magazines. One scar, and he's
What's going on, everyone? My name is Talon Sai, and you are watching Sunday GUNDAY. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday so far. I'm here today with Nick, my friend, who I've known you for quite a while now.
Yeah,
you're working with Rifle Dynamics. So we're down here at Pro Gun in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we've done some fun stuff over the past 24 hours. I actually completely built from the ground up my first ever AK. If I'm not an AK guy now, which I'm not, I will be by the end of today.
Oh yeah.
So I guess give us a rundown of Rifle Dynamics for those who aren't familiar, like company, culture, what you guys stand for, and what you guys actually do.
So Rifle Dynamics is really known for producing high quality AKs. Pretty much we're a custom AK shop. So each gun that goes through the shop gets pretty much everything worked on, and we strive as a company to really push the level of excellence on every gun that we push out the door.
Here in the US too, which makes it even cooler.
Yeah, in Las Vegas.
Yeah, in Las Vegas, you can't beat that.
That's true.
So I got a good understanding just yesterday of the whole build process. You guys can see some of that stuff over on my Instagram, and I'll leave some links for their Instagram as well, so you can see a little bit more in depth of what we did, because obviously you can't show a whole lot of that here. But we did everything from pressing in the rivets and literally just building everything from the ground up. So I have a whole new appreciation for AKs already.
Cool things about building an AK versus building an AR. We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
We're really, AK, there's so much more that goes into the whole production process versus an AR where everything kind of just pieces together. With an AK, you got to press the rivets, you got to press the barrel in, and just pop in with the,
You're actually working with tools.
Oh,
You're not.
sure.
It's not just like a AR wrench and like shims and stuff like that. So definitely have a whole new appreciation for that. ARs are very much like Legos, where you can buy whatever parts and they're cut to fit. Whereas an AK, you're sourcing parts from all over the place, and then you're making them fit with your tools.
Yep.
I guess that's why they just run forever too.
Yep.
Hard to break.
Sure. They are hard to break.
I think my favorite thing was the use of hammers to build AKs.
I know that's always, whenever anybody starts at Rifle Dynamics, they always, like the first time somebody's like, yeah, just hit it with a hammer. They're like, oh yeah, it's funny. And it's like, no, like seriously.
No, seriously.
Yeah, hit that with the hammer. That's how you build an AK.
And it works. And like, it's sort of stereotypical. It's like, oh yeah, that battle rifle that never breaks or whatever, you put it together with a hammer. And I thought you guys were joking when you mentioned that at first, but it works. And
it does.
Yeah, so we're out here today tuning the new gun that we built yesterday, and they also have a spread of AKs. So we're gonna give you guys sort of a history rundown from all the way back in what is it?
We're gonna go back to
1944. There's a lot of information here. You guys know I'm not super AK fluent, but we got a team of people here, and we're gonna run through some guns, have some fun today, and looking forward to it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's get to it.
Ooh, we got a spread. What's up, Eric?
What's up, guys? I'm Eric, the marketing director for Rifle Dynamics. We brought out some cool guns. This is a STG-44. We brought this out just because of the history of the gun. It's not a direct descent, AK is not a direct descendant of this gun, but it helps put a timestamp on what they were thinking at the time when they were designing the AKs. So this is 8mm Kurtz, and it's the granddaddy of all assault rifles. So we're gonna go out and shoot this guy.
Next up, what is this thing?
This guy right here is an RPG right here, RPG 7. We have a trainer for this run, for this rocket launcher right here. Basically, we don't have the license to do explosives, so we bring out this trainer, which is actually pretty cool. This guy right here fires a 7.62 by 39 cartridge. You load it right here, and then you close it up. They use these for training, soldiers on using the sights. So we're gonna be shooting some steel with this guy right here.
It's actually like a single action revolver. So there's your hammer, standard like push button style safety. So you cock that back, push that out, put your sights here. Underwhelming.
So awkward.
I told you, it's weird. And even the sights are kind of wonky, but if you look at them, they're your standard kind of pistol style sights.
I missed. Next up.
Next up, we have the AK-74U, or as it's known in the United States, the Krinkov. There really is no definitive history on the word Krinkov. We just call it that in the US.
Not General Krinkov?
General Krinkov didn't exist. Krinkov is not actually a Russian word, so there's no guy named Krinkov. I think the Pashtu came up with this back in the Afghan War. It's a shortened version of the Kalashnikov, so it's like a slang word. That's where we think it came from. 5.45 by 39, basically it's a PDW.
Moving on to the big boy.
Moving on, this is a general personal machine gun, the RPK-74 5.45. This is actually the RPK-74M. It's the modernized version with a polymer buttstock and folding. This guy is like a laser beam, basically just pointing the direction and just all the rounds go in one spot. So this will be a fun gun to shoot on the bipod.
Next on deck.
Next on deck is a 9mm subgun. This is a Vichez. Basically, early 2000s, the Russians wanted a subgun, and they were designing a whole bunch of security forces type guns, 9mm, 12 gauges. In the US, you could get these guns as semi-autos as a KP9, KR9, but this one right here is full auto.
This guy's fast.
Oh my gosh. God damn, that is so fast.
Next up, we have the AK-12. This AK-12 is one of the first ones that came into the country. We have, I think we're the only ones right now with the full auto. I haven't seen much online full autos, but you see a few people getting kits here and there. But this is current military issue for the Russian military. They're replacing the AK-74Ms with these, and these are kind of cool. You can kind of see that these guns look very similar to what our US market guns were for the last 10 years. And you can kind of see where the Russians kind of like, oh, so these were pretty cool ideas. The combo gas block, rails, extended safety selectors, and the collapsible buttstock. So.
All right, now we have the AK-12, which is pretty rare because of the extra position here. We got single shot, 2-shot, and then full auto as well. So, for any hardcore AK guys, I'm sure you'll like this one. That is sick. Next up, looks like someone was playing a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah, next up is something that Titus came out with. He pretty much was in the paint booth and he prestige right there, and he got this thing. This is his kind of, we said, hey, Titus, you're pretty crazy, just go go wild on this thing, and this is what he came up with. This is a 7.62 by 39 AKS-74U or Krinkov. It's a pretty gnarly gun, especially with this muzzle brake right here. So it's definitely loud and in color and, you know, blast. So.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I think it's horrible.
For the sake of my camera on this one, gotta take some steps back. That's a loud one.
So you built the 704 pistol. This is a 704M, which is a milled gun. We work with Sharps Bros developing this receiver, and this is one of the machine guns that we built off of that. It's a milled gun, so it's a little bit heavier, but it's going to feel a lot better when you shoot in full auto. So this is kind of one of our samplings of what we could put together with red dots, the M-lock, and having a rail system for a white light as well, and also a collapsible buttstock. So this is kind of a modernized AK, if you will.
And the last one?
And the last one is called the Thumper. It's basically a kit bash that we had fun. The shop guys in the shop had fun with. We had extra RPK in 7.62 kit, and we were just like, okay, what can we do with it, you know? So we thought of the concept of having a small kind of like intermediate general purpose machine gun. This thing has a 13.5-inch barrel. It's got a Battle Arms development Thumper brake on it to go with the concept, paratrooper stock, and M-lock wood grips on there. So it's definitely looks crazy, but it's super fun to shoot. It's just like Thumper. Just
I know why they call it the Thumper now.
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome. I might like this more than the 240.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Shit. And last but not least, maybe saving the best for last, can I say this is better than a machine gun? Just because it has my logo on it?
I think you built it.
Okay. I built this yesterday with the help of all the guys here at Rifle Dynamics. I'm gonna bring you guys a full dedicated video on this thing in the future, but basic overview is right now we're working with a suppressed Dead Air Sandman S. We got an 11.5-inch barrel, and like I said, we put everything together. So the process basically started with the receiver, putting in the trunnions, all of these little rivets and everything I did myself. So this gun is more special to me than just a regular off-the-shelf gun. Right now I'm running an 8.T2 micro, also have side rail for the future. I might end up moving that thing back. Yeah, again, I'll bring you guys a full dedicated video on this in the future. We brought this out here to test shoot it, and it's running really, really great. It's surprisingly accurate from my perspective because AKs that I've shot in the past, I just haven't shot any high quality guns like this before, but now I own one. So I'm gonna be putting this thing through the ringer, maybe taking it to some classes in the future. We're gonna finish the break-in, get this thing warmed up a little bit, and then it will go back to Rifle Dynamics for some Cerakote. Yeah, I guess that's it, so let's shoot it. So that wraps up the range day out here with Rifle Dynamics at Pro Gun. Before we go though, you guys have an event coming up that I unfortunately haven't had the chance to attend yet, but it's already on my calendar for this year, October 23rd and 4th?
23rd and 24th.
It's going to be a long weekend in Vegas.
Yep.
What's the event?
Event's called RED Oktober. It's a Kalashnikov shooting event and competition. We get people from all over the country, even all over the world, that come out to here, to Pro Gun. We have courses set up, so we do have competitive shooters, as well as you get the opportunity as a spectator to come out. KUSA is going to be there, KCI is going to be there, and a bunch of other manufacturers get opportunity. Just paying for admission, you'll be able to run machine guns. Battlefield Vegas is coming out. We're going to have tanks and armor personnel carriers out here. 2021 is going to be the big year for RED Oktober. We're really pushing it hard, and hopefully it just becomes this huge event this year.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna compete. I'm gonna come here and crush everyone.
You got an AK now?
Because I'm an AK guy now.
There you go.
If people want to get tickets, they can find that over on your website?
It'll be on the website. We do have also off the Rifle Dynamics website. We have the RED Oktober website as well. It gives a little bit more in depth about the event itself. But tickets will be able to purchase through the website.
Cool. So you guys can check that stuff out soon. Get your tickets, and I think I'm going to try to make it. It's a good ways away, but I'm going to make it happen.
Hell yeah.
So thanks for having me down here,
course.
man. I'm excited to get this gun back and to see what it looks like complete. You guys will get a full video of that here on the channel soon. I think that's all for today. If you got any questions on the guns here, you can drop them down below. I'm still pretty illiterate when it comes to these guns, but these guys will be able to answer most of the stuff for you. That's all. If you're new to the channel, consider clicking subscribe. I make new videos every week. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next one.